Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest channel and podcast. If you are on the podcast platforms, please do go ahead and subscribe and leave a review. And if you are on YouTube, please do go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as that like button. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. Let's get into this conversation. We've discussed Meghan Markle a few times over here and even talked about some of the podcast episodes of her Spotify podcast called Archetypes, and she's under fire now because people are saying that she's using a fake British accent in her latest podcast where she interviewed, quote, friend, British actress and activist Jameela Jamil. So for her latest Spotify podcast, which is the 9th one that she's had so far, she interviewed her, and it was when they greeted each other at the start of the podcast that she broke into this fake British accent. So Jameela says, "You all right, babe? Hello," the Good Place actress said at the start of the show, to which Meghan Markle responded, "Hello," in a British accent, or what she was trying to portray as a British accent. "Hello, my friend. How are you doing?" she added. And the internet, they had a lot to say about it. So people were saying that she's making fun of the British accent, and people are saying that she just doesn't know how to be real. It's pathetic. And some people even think that Jameela is artificial as well. So the both of them are pretty much on the same page when it comes to Meghan faking a British accent. Someone says she is so fake. And they're saying that this is not the first time that she has done it. So previously it's been discussed and it's been criticized as it was suggested that she was becoming slightly more British when she and Prince Harry were living in the UK. And it is true that sometimes when you are in an area for a certain period of time, you may pick up an accent a bit. But I don't know about you guys when it comes to these accents. But it seems to me that when those who come to the U.S. from other countries and they have their own language they speak, or maybe it is they speak English, but it's of a different accent, you rarely hear them really lose those accents. But it's more so when someone from the U.S. will go to another area outside of the country that they may pick up a bit of the accent or the tone from where they are either visiting or living. And so it can happen, but to be honest with you, the reason why a lot of people are jumping onto Meghan Markle when it comes to the fake British accent is because she does come across to be a bit fake. And it's unnecessary. And I believe that that is one of the things that just does not serve her well, is because she just is not really honest about a lot of things that she says. She said that she didn't know who Prince Harry was before she met him, and it's like, bull crap. We don't believe you. One, you're older than he is, but I don't believe that you didn't know anything about him. I just don't believe that, and most people don't believe that. And I do believe that she feels sometimes, I guess, a bit inferior, or did feel a bit inferior when she was over in the UK, and this person, I was about to say this girl, but this woman, I just don't believe she has really found herself to know who she really is, because she said that she never knew what it was to be a black woman until she was living over in the UK and experienced some semblances of prejudice or maybe even racism from others when she has lived her life as a Caucasian woman, even though she is biracial. Her mother is African American and her dad is Caucasian. And I do believe that she knew what to do in terms of covering up who she was, because she made sure to straighten her hair at all times so that people couldn't really tell because her skin is not that dark. She looks more like a Caucasian woman with a tan. Let's just be honest. And so now picking up the British accent and having the fake accent, it's like people are like, seriously, come on. Here we go with this now. And there is a clip from Twitter, actually. It was on Perez Hilton's account. And he basically said, Meghan Markle got a case of the Madonna. She's now speaking with a British accent. And that was actually from 2018. And I listened to it. I would play a clip of it, but it'd probably be a little bit hard for you to hear it. But it is clear that she isn't speaking in her normal tone, her normal regular accent, her California girl accent, right? And look, if you want to do that, that's okay. But then Jameela on her podcast episode, on Meghan's podcast episode where she was supposedly interviewing Jameela, again, people are saying that she makes everything about her because Jameela spoke about how Meghan has been facing criticism and, quote, demonization over the years. And she said, quote, it's just an unfathomable amount of blank that you take, Meghan. I can't believe it. And I fought back on your behalf years before I'd ever met you because I was so outraged with the twisting of this very normal, very kind, very civilized woman. That demonization just shows how afraid they are of you. And I'm sure maybe you can't keep this in or whatever, but the treatment of you, and I'm so sorry you've had to withstand it, it has re-highlighted for us the intense unkindness and bigotry and misogyny of our media. I think and I hope and I feel faith that the tides are changing because so many of us are fighting back. And then Meghan responded, thank you for fighting back. But the thing about it is, people can try to make this about Meghan's ethnicity all they want. I really do believe that a lot of this has to do with Meghan's actions and how she makes herself out to be the victim and makes a lot of these things about herself, especially when it came to her becoming a part of this royal family. A lot of everything just turned around to her. I really don't remember, and I get it, Kate Middleton was not a United States citizen, but I don't remember there being all of this fanfare in terms of everything being about Kate Middleton when it came to her marrying Prince William. And for God's sake, he would be the next in line after his dad were something to happen to his dad. Prince Harry would have to be like all of those who were the next in line to get either struck down by lightning or involved in a fire or something tragic happening to all of them at the same time for him to be the next in line. So she was never going to be treated the same way that Kate Middleton is going to be treated. And that has nothing to do with ethnicity. It is about the order of the way those things go with the royal family. And I do believe that she was trying to make a lot of it about her. And so now you have them talking about how she was just being so maliciously attacked in the media. They were making everything about her. And I thought the whole point of her podcast was really to interview other women and to talk about their experiences. And yeah, maybe every now and then you might be able to relate to something and you might share a little snippet about how you agree or how you relate to it or whatever. But just alone for Jameela to sit there and just talk about how it was just so horrible for her to get the type of treatment that she has been getting over the years in the media, again, she was turning it around to her. I don't know. With Meghan, and people may say, well, this story is petty. Why are people even talking about that? Why is this a story? It is a story because she is someone, and I actually talked about this a few years ago on my YouTube channel, where I actually talked about how some of the reasons why Meghan Markle and someone else, I can't remember who the other person is, but why they are unlikable And I listed a number of things as to why Meghan Markle is unlikable, and none of it has to do with her ethnicity. Granted, are there going to be people that are prejudiced or racist that are not going to like her just because of that? Of course, that goes without saying. But I don't believe that every person that has criticism for her, it is because of her ethnicity. And that's what she has to really take accountability for and realize, and either accept it and do something different about it, or accept it and say, you know what, I am who I am. Screw you. This is who I am. I'm going to continue to live my life the way I want to live it. And F all of you. If that's how she wanted to do it, then that would be okay too. So with Meghan, if she really desires for people to see her in a more likable light, she has to be more real. And having fake British accents is definitely not a way to draw people in, because people are going to pick up when someone is fake and phony. And that is truly the definition of being fake and phony, when you're speaking in different accents that you know you don't speak in, just to try to portray yourself to be a, a different type of person than you really are. Guys, let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section. Thank you for liking and subscribing. And until the next time, this is Beth, and I'm just being beautifully honest.